Hello there. My name is Alan. I'm an SEO specialist that focuses on medical spas. And I found this your job posting on Glassdoor. And rather than send you just yet another generic application and resume and whatever, I'm going to do a quick demonstration here of the changes I'd make in terms of SEO. You know, for the website itself and the Google My Business page, in order to increase visibility and bookings and subsequently revenue. I've done so for this is one of my biggest clients, Soul Detox. It's based in New York, and I was able to take their site from essentially nothing, and I built it up and built the site on the ground, wrote the content, and they're now doing very, very well. So I'd also love to take you through the work I do on websites. So I'm going to cover about 7 things. So that's the on-page optimization itself, which includes titles and meta descriptions and H1s and content writing itself and content structure throughout the whole page. I'm going to talk about services. I'm going to pick one major service and then break down that service itself and then any individual child services I've seen. I'm going to talk about the FAQ, testimonials. We're going to talk about how to overhaul and approach bookings completely new. We're going to talk about the newsletter that I saw mentioned here at the bottom, right here, joining the newsletter. Then I'll talk about the blog itself, how to do keyword research, how to find content to write, how to write content, how to structure it, how to have a solid internal linking structure, and then how to build links from external sources such that we can gain domain authority over time and increase visibility, increase bookings, and subsequently generate more revenue. And then I'll finish by talking about the Google My Business page, because you mentioned it here in the job description as well. So far I've done a pretty solid job with the page, the website generally. I like that it's quick, it's snappy. But let's get into the changes I'd make. It's very good that you have the phone number and the location right here in the top banner, and I've checked out the mobile version as well, and it's also right here in above the top menu. But then I noticed that you have the social media links also in the top menu. Those I'll move this to the bottom. I'll move this up to the footer as people, and they're better suited to be in the footer instead of just here. I think the most important thing to have, in here above the fold is you're already doing it. It's who are you? What do you do? And where do you do it from? And how can I get in touch? The rest of the content here covers all those bases clearly. This is your name, this is where you're located, and this is what you do. So that's very, very clear. So we don't necessarily need to have these in the top menu. They kind of crowd it, especially on mobile when the screen is so small and the real estate is limited. So I'll move these and maybe replace them with so email, phone number, location, hours, the hours you're open. So we're open on Monday through Friday from this time to that time, something like that. So I'll replace this, and then if you can take a little detour before we start with the SEO itself. I've checked out the Instagram and the Facebook pages. They are inactive. They haven't had any new content in a while. Instagram, yeah, even the Instagram reels themselves, this is from January 8th, and this is from 2 years ago, more than like 2.5 years ago, this one. So leaning into social media, posting more videos like this, talking about what you do, and maybe testimonials from happy clients, just educating. And the biggest mistake I've seen that people make when it comes to social media content is being very salesy. Okay, so it's the content they put out is very buy, or book a session, book a session. This is what we do. And instead of doing that, I feel like social media should be, this is how it's done right. Talk about it's all about building a relationship and putting the word out there. So talking about what you do, giving people tips every day, just genuinely want to help people. That makes people resonate with the brand and connect with it, like you do. Some of these videos I've seen are very good for YouTube, but then it's also not very active. So let's put out more content out there because it also helps with the ranking. And then the Twitter link is broken. It just says the domain name. If you look in the top left, in the bottom left, it's the domain name / hashtag Twitter. And then Pinterest links to Facebook instead. So yeah, that's why I would want to move this to the bottom, such that what we have here keeps people on the website instead of wanting them to click away from the site. So let's talk about SEO itself. So here you've done a very good job, the title and the location, because again, this is what we do, and this is where we are. That's essentially all you need. And then for the description, this says front page. We don't necessarily need that there. Let me see. Let's try this and see what Google says. The market. Yeah, you can see this says this says front page. So we could probably, I see you're already using Yoast SEO. I checked out the plugins you're using, so this is easy to fix. Get rid of this, and then you don't necessarily need to mention the brand name in the title, because as you can see, Google already puts it here. So having it here is kind of redundant, especially if you have things you can say to sell yourself to stand out. So things like best type visit therapy in new market. So you can maybe add something like we offer insurance, or 20% off for a first time customer. You can use this page, this space right here, more efficiently by saying something that stands out instead of having the name here, because the name is already here. And then this having the exact address is also not necessary, because if someone is in new market, I've checked out, it's not like a huge city that someone will get lost in. If they're in new market in Ontario, then they're right there. So we could also look at rewriting this to say something, we are so and so, we offer this and this, and this is our unique selling proposition. This is what makes us different. We offer insurance, we have a discount on this, we offer a multitude of services, been in the business for 30 years, something like that, instead of having a phone number here that someone can't even click on. That's how I go about changing that. And then let's look at this further. So you have the URLs here. The word count is really good. It's above 1,000, so that's solid. I like that you only have one H1, and the H1 actually resonates with the title and the keyword you're trying to rank for. So it's clinic IV and dermatology in new market. So that is solid. And then in terms of pictures, they are there, and most of them, a good number of them, have art descriptions, so that's good. We might as well talk about this now. Your book appointments page, rather the link that takes people to a page that's essentially just a contact page. You could consider something like using a WordPress plugin. There are very many you can use. There are very many platforms you can use for bookings. Personally, I like this one here. So if I click on book now here, it takes me to this one is called Acuity. You don't have to use Acuity if you don't like it. There are so many, and this helps with everything. So someone doesn't have to send you an email first and then you respond and then you write back and then you write back. They can book the service directly here without even ever talking to you, because they like what they see. And it handles everything from the calendars to sending you an email and sending the client an email and sending them a reminder on email or a phone, a text. and they handle the money as well. If you want it on Stripe or PayPal or anywhere you want it, so people can come here, click, book one service here. Let's say they want this one, and then this is what I love even more about it, is that they can actually bundle the services together when they are booking, and it adjusts the time and the date accordingly, and then they can come here and check out in one swift move. Add all that there, and then you can also offer discounts and promo codes. So I'm a very big fan of Acuity and similar platforms like that you can embed into the website instead of just having a generic email like this. Let's go back. What else? Let's go back to the home page. So services, we're going to get to those. This is good. This is solid. These are the services. I'm going to get to those. Why book with us? Pictures of stuff. From a UI perspective, maybe we could make these pictures the same size, just for consistency. But that's that's minor. That's not. Okay. Oh, and then for testimonials, you have this, but then on the GMB page here, you have how many are these? You have 100, almost 200 testimonials. Instead of writing them yourself and hard coding them into the website like this, you can use a plugin like Trust Index to beautifully display them on your site, like I did here. And you can filter such that you only see the 5-star reviews instead of having these just look more legit, I guess, more trustworthy, because there's a date, there's the Google icon and everything, instead of having them written like this. So you can have the reviews there. We are going to talk about blogs later. Before we continue, the newsletter itself, when I put my email here, I couldn't click. Like, I can click, but then nothing happens. There is no pop-up. There is nothing happens. I put the email and click, and I didn't get like a confirmation email saying, welcome to our newsletter. Click here to confirm that you've subscribed. You're going to be giving you this and this and that. This is how often you're going to write to you. So we need to overhaul that. And then to make it better, actually, we can use lead magnets. Lead magnets can be drawn from our blog content and from our social media. So 5 tips to take care of your skin, or here's how you can do these 3 things to avoid aging, or causes of genital warts to avoid, things like that. Okay, we can have different lead magnets that pop up. People throw in their email, they join our newsletter, and then every week we can send them a summary of our blog material, our hottest material or hottest news in this niche, in skincare and family care. What this expert said, anything that pops up, we can filter it and make sure we send them a very, very quality newsletter every week to make it worth their while. So yeah, we need to overhaul the newsletter in that way. Let's carry on. Okay, let's talk about services. Our first one here is dermatology services, and still excellent job here with the service and the location. Dermatology services in Newark, Ontario. Every therapy services. Again, this space is a little bit wasted by kind of repeating what you already said, because this you already said it here. So you could find a way to truncate it and then use all this other space to talk about, again, what makes us different. And what I mean by that is that instead of having just dermatology services in Newark, Ontario, and then this, think about something like this: top dermatology experts in Newark, Ontario, and then the meta description. Trusted dermatology care in Newark, Ontario. You can see we still have our target keyword there within the description, but then it's better written. It's more descriptive. NewM clinic offers personalized treatments for skin, healthcare, aging, and more. So you can see how different we can write that. And then the page, the page is a little light. I get that it's a parent page, but then it only has 195 words on it. We can let's explore the parent page as well. Write it out down better. Okay, so for this page, let's have an opening paragraph here. It talks about the methodology in this location, what makes us different, the different services you offer. I see you've listed them here, but then let's give probably each of them a small description that then links to the service itself. We could even have an FAQ specifically for this page that talks about the dermatology in Newmarket, Ontario. And then in terms of this, it bothers me a lot when websites have read more and learn more as call to actions. Just avoid them. These ones are already clickable, and people know that if they want to learn more, they'll click on this anyway. So read more and learn more shouldn't be shouldn't be on your page, on your website, pretty much, unless you can't avoid it, because the search engine bot it essentially wants you to link to a page. In terms of when you talk about building links, even links within the page, within the website itself, the link should say what the page that it's going to also says. So Anowat's here goes to a page about Anowat's. Read more. In that sense, that make a lot of sense. So let's get rid of this read more here and just keep these parts here and build out the page as well. So let's look at one of these child pages. By Anowat's, and I think you can see where we also need to optimize it, because this says Anowat's in Newmarket, Ontario. That's the keyword you're targeting, but then it's not there in the URL to begin with. The URL just says newmclinic.com/Anowat's. We dropped the location. We need to have it there, and then let's look at the NewM Clinic best Anowat's removal in Newmarket, Ontario. Okay, this is good. The title and description are very good. They are very straightforward, and they stick to the point and the subject you're trying to matter. And then, but then where it falls short is the heading tags. None of them mentions the location. None of them mentions Newmarket. It sticks to Anowat's, and then the title just says, the H1 just says bye Anowat's. Instead of having Anowat's and Newmarket, Ontario in the heading itself. And then it leans a lot on the FAQ page, rather the FAQ section. This can be you, then you have the location, then you have service areas. So yeah, we absolutely need to change that. And this looks like this picture is not very related to this. It's kind of like a happy married couple. This would make sense maybe for dating or pregnancy or something like that. So this picture also needs to be changed to put something that is relevant to Anowat's. And yeah, you can see it's not really selling the idea. It's not adding much to this page. And then yes, let's for this page as well. What are Anowat's? How do they affect you? How do people get them? What are signs and symptoms? What's the home remedies you can do before you come to the clinic? What does the treatment look like? How long does it take? Are there any risks and side effects involved? How much does it cost? So things like that. All that instead of burying it inside inside the FAQ page, let's leave it here and then leave the FAQ page for 2, 3, 4 questions that are related to it. Really? Why can't I click on any of these? That's interesting. So yes, let's have the keyword Anowat's in Newark, Ontario. In the H1 title and fairly through the H2s and H3s, and then spread throughout the content in a reasonable that makes sense. You already have your state SEO, so that's good. That helps. And then All these other ones here, these are reviews, but then, I told you, there's a better way to present them here. And then I've seen, I think this targets other locations that are not just at the primary location. So this says genital watch removal in Misuga. So Misuga, that, any of the headings. This could be you. Services you might be interested in. Yes, I'm all for that. We also need to have individual pages that target all these other the locations for every single service. So if it's NOATs, if it's any of other services we offer, those locations, let's have them. But then let's have a relevant picture, and let's just make sure the content isn't thin. Let's build it out for every point I just talked about. So there is that. So the services page, we've covered them. FAQ section, we've covered it. Things we need to have there. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, I guess we can move on to the blog for now. For the blog, this hasn't been active for 4 years. For 3 years or something like that. And it was last updated in September 2021, so we definitely have a lot of content we could write. The way I think about approaching content, blog content that you can write, there are two tools I normally use for coming up with ideas. Keyword generator, and then Answer Socrates. So let's pick a topic here to get a better idea of all the blog content you can write. We can go back to our dear friend. You know what? And I'm using the states here, but you can switch to Canada. I'm just using this because it's broader that way. You know what? USA. Come on. Okay. What's signing up? Come on. Okay. Here are some questions that I googled every day. That people search for every day to find out about and what. So we can definitely come here and look at things people search for every day, and then we can also use our keyword planner to look at, for example, in Ontario, Canada only. What are the everyday things people search about the subject, and then we can compile these and then group it in clusters that make sense, and then start writing content that is relevant for those individual clusters. So we can combine, maybe, do they bleed, if it makes sense, with do they hurt, or do they hurt and do they itch, and so on and so forth. Those are all potential topics we could target. And what I like about this Ahrefs tool here is that it shows you how hard the keyword is to rank for. And if you sign up here, they'll give us a full list of all the keywords that are there and how hard they are to rank for. So that's how I approach writing blog content. It's just things people Google every day. Let's look at this. What services are here? Body contouring. Okay, so if you get this and search for body contouring on Google, and you go past this, you can see questions people Google every day. How long does it last? How painful is it? Is it safe? Disadvantage? Does it work for belly fat? Can it be used on pregnant women? Is it safe for children? Is it blah 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 blah? How many sessions do you need? And there's so much content you can write on within these services here. These are potential hundreds of individual pages you could target in terms of that. And then for the pages themselves, also for the what's our blog post? For this blog page here, you can have one thing that I see that you didn't add here is categories. You get, so for every blog post you write, it has to fall under at least one of these categories, and when you add it there, there should be like a small word here that talks about maybe this is dermatology, and then this is body contouring, and then stuff like that, such that when someone clicks on it, it can then take them to a list of blogs that are only about that subject. That's always a small nice touch to add. But then let's look at the blog posts themselves. Let me find, this talks about recommended items. Back to school. Okay, maybe this isn't, but let's say you wrote let's say you wrote a blog post called what do I know what's look like, that has pictures that are relevant. The way I structure them is that you have the title there, you have the cover picture, you have a table of contents, you have key takeaways, and then you start with the introductory paragraph, and then you have your H2 headings, and then H3s that are subsequent, and so on and so forth. And then within the page itself, you have to interlink within our website. So you don't just write it out like this. You need to have links in there that redirect to other pages in the website, and then one or two links as well from our website to an outside, to another website. So like that. That is how I write my blogs. And then at the bottom of it, let's have an FAQ section that is specifically talking about the title that specifically targets the actual title of the blog post. So that's how I approach writing blog posts. Yeah, I think that covers that. Then let me very quickly talk about the GMB page. You guys are killing it so far. This is excellent. I see you're very, very involved with the reviews, whether positive or negative. You make sure to respond. That is a very good thing. The one thing I'll change here is photos. Your photos are very few, and a lot of them are very old. These are 4 years ago, 4 years ago, and they're only 4. So make sure you add one at least. Something fresh, something to keep it up and running. So you can add something like every month of you doing a procedure, or of the premises, or new tools you bought, or the interior, anything like that. What am I looking for here? The FAQ. That's okay. Peak times. This is an ad. Reviews about. Okay. I'd say this that covers most of it. Let me see the updates here. Yeah, and for the updates, it's the same thing. Add something if you have something new for Christmas. If you have an offer, if you have maybe a monthly offer that runs in the first week of the month or something like that, make sure you always post those here in the updates. This has been uploaded in forever, so those can help keep the page fresh. And then for all this, forgetting about talk about the page speed. Page speed is excellent. On desktop it's very good. On mobile it's very it's fairly solid as well. The target is always to load the entire page in 2.5 seconds. You guys are 2.9. That's not bad, and I think that's because you're using auto optimize this plugin here, and then you're using direct cache to help minify your JavaScript and CSS. So that's a good thing, and you're already using Yoast here for SEO, so that is excellent as well. To consolidate every like all the SEO efforts here, I would say you could consider something like this. This tool is called BrightLocal, and it's very good for local SEO. It's specifically used for local SEO, and it can help with building citations, competitor analysis. So it will show you all the citations your competitors have, where they're getting them from, how many reviews they have, how many pictures they have, and so on and so forth. And then one of the greatest features they have is this thing they call the local search grid, right here. So you set it up, and then you put your location, and then you put a certain distance. Let's say you want to put 5 miles, and then it's going to show you a grid of from 1, and so on, like 1, 2, 3, 4 up to whatever, where you rank when a person standing in that particular part of the map searches for the keyword. So if someone searches up for NOS removal in Ontario, and you're located here and they're standing here, are you the first result that comes up? Are you the second? Are you the third? And the people that are above you, what are they doing different? Where are they getting their backlinks from? How different is their GMB page? How many photos do they have? How many reviews do they have? How many of the reviews are 5 stars? So it's an excellent tool for local SEO. It's an excellent tool for optimizing a GMB page. There's nothing I recommend higher. So you could look into getting a tool like BrightLocal. It's only like $30 a month if you're paying monthly, and it's $30 a month if you're paying yearly, and $40 per month if you're paying monthly. So and they have a free trial. We can definitely try out if we are to speak. I can definitely add your account here and try it out, and you see how effective it is. So yes, this is good. And then in terms of competitor analysis, we could use Ahrefs. It's excellent for that. Where are these guys getting their links from? What content are they writing? How are their pages performing? And then in collaboration with our own Google Search Console rather, and Google Analytics, which keywords are we ranking for? Where do we need to do better? Where are the keyword gaps that we can optimize for? What are our highest performing pages? Are those the pages we want to perform best? Which ones do we want to optimize further? So and so on and so forth. So this field excites me a lot. I love working with medical spas. I like working with clinics. So yeah, I definitely hope to hear from you guys, and we can get this train on the road. So yes, to recap the job description one more time. Conducting keyword research to identify opportunities for content development. I've talked about that using things like a manual review of the website, and tools like BrightLocal and Ahrefs or SEMrush, whichever it is. Optimizing content writing, landing pages, blog posts. I've covered that. Analyzing website performance, again using tools like that, and using Search Console and Tag Manager. Link building strategies, yes, we can do that, especially using links that our competitors are already using. Finding the top 5, pretty much the top 3 ranking. The top 3 ranking competitors, what are they doing different? Using any of those paid tools can help us with that. Collaborating with the content team to make sure, digital marketing goals, yeah, that's fine. Staying updated to latest SEO trends, that's good, because there's a newsletter, an SEO newsletter called SEO Formal that is just the greatest thing since sliced bread. It just works. So yes, I'm always staying up to date with that. Managing social media platforms to drive traffic and engagement. So this is a part that I didn't really understand, because you're looking for an SEO specialist, but then you said they would also have to manage social media platforms. But then you also said you have a content team. So you probably need to throw more light on how those 3 work together. Do I manage the pages myself? Is there someone else to do it? If there is, how do we work together? And then competitor analysis to identify our strengths and weaknesses and opportunities. So yeah, this is a piece of cake. This is what I do. This is what I love to do. So let's talk. So have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.